it's Colleen, and the first book I have for today is Ruby in Her Own Time by Jonathan Emmett and Rebecca Harry. Ruby in Her Own Time. There's a duck and a duckling. Ruby in Her Own Time, written by Jonathan Emmett, illustrated by Rebecca Harry. Oh, and here's the dedication for Isabel, in loving memory of my wonderful mum, Tanya. Once upon a time, upon a nest, beside a lake, there lived two ducks, a mother duck and a father duck. This is the mommy and this is the daddy. There were 5 eggs in the nest. Mother duck sat upon the nest all day and all night, through howling wind and driving rain, looking after the eggs, all 5 of them. Then one bright morning, the eggs began to hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little beaks poked out into the sunlight. 1, 2, 3, 4 little ducklings shook their feathers in the breeze. We'll call them Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca, said Father Duck, and Mother Duck agreed. But the 5th egg did nothing. Will it ever hatch, said Father Duck. It will, said Mother Duck, in its own time. And sure enough, it did. She's very small, said Father Duck. What shall we call her? We'll call her Ruby, said Mother Duck, because she's so small and precious. Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca ate whatever they were given. They ate anything and everything. But Ruby ate nothing. Will she ever eat? Said Father Duck. She will, said Mother Duck, in her own time. And sure enough, she did. Looks like she's eating a dragonfly there. Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca swam off whenever they were able. They swam anywhere and everywhere, but Ruby swam nowhere. Will she ever swim? Said Father Duck. Sure she will, said Mother Duck, in her own time. And sure enough, she did. Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca grew bigger. And Ruby grew bigger too. Her feathers grew out and her wings grew broad and beautiful. And when Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca began to fly, Ruby flew too. Rufus, Rory, Rosie, and Rebecca flew far and wide. They flew out across the water. They flew up among the trees. But Ruby flew farther and wider. She flew out beyond the water. She flew out above the trees. She flew anywhere and everywhere. I hear the tornado siren. They're testing it. They test it on noon on Wednesdays, so if you hear it in the background, it's just because they're testing it. We are safe. They're testing the siren. Ruby stretched out her beautiful wings and soared high among the clouds. Mother Duck and Father Duck watched Ruby flying off in the distance. Will she ever come back? Said Mother Duck. She will, said Father Duck, in her own time. And sure enough, she did. And look, she had baby ducks of her own. She's a mommy duck now. And that is the end